Welcome once again. Thanks for tipping podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. We're back in it. We're here. We recorded a theme song the other day.
Yes, we did.
And y'all have been heard it by now, but here we are.
Also, we posted a soft launch on Instagram the other day of the art, but we didn't say what the title was.
Yeah.
And there was someone that said checking in, like INN, because it looked like a hotel.
Ooh,
and I was like, I know.
That's so
I was
good.
like, what if we started each episode with checking in?
Oh, like, how are you?
Yeah. Like
great.
before we help other people, we just
Okay.
go like, what's up?
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so checking in
Checking in.
with Tim.
Checking in with Tim.
What is new?
I tell you two things. I had a rough start
Of life?
of this session because in their bathroom, the hand sanitizer is right next to the hand soap.
Oh.
And I squirted hand sanitizer into my hands when I was trying to wash. And I was like, this is silly. So I took their hand sanitizer and placed it by the paper towels because I think that makes more sense.
Sure.
It doesn't confuse anybody.
Okay.
Right? Secondly,
That was a really rough start. I'm
you
so
know,
sorry.
It damn near, I almost canceled the whole session.
Yeah, well, I
making
have
it
two
to-
pimples right here next to each other.
I,
So
now I see them.
yeah, I'm glad that this is my camera.
I didn't notice at all. Isn't that how it always is though? You never notice and then yeah. And secondly, it's been a rough couple days dropping off Veda at school
Yes.
because she's been very emotional lately. And come to find out, there's this like 4-year-old mental growth spurt where they all of a sudden become super in tune with all these emotions that they've never felt before. Lots of like, anger and sadness and like, I don't know, anxiety maybe.
Yeah.
And like they don't know how to handle it. So she's crying. Just the smallest thing will like trigger her. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her that she had a white water balloon left in the tub. And she was like, no, it popped. And I was like, no, baby, go to the bathtub right now. I'm telling you, it's there. She was like, you're wrong. We walked to the bathroom together. She saw it.
Oh my
Started
gosh.
crying. So here's what's been rough is that she's been very clingy. She's been very like daddy mode lately, like just wants to be with me, wants to love me. But dropping her off is tough, man. Like dropping her off at school, like where she's like crying, looking into my eyes, being like, don't leave me.
Oh my gosh.
And it kills
It's
me.
like daily heartbreak for you.
Yeah, it like heartbreak and what a nice ego pump for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my heart is full and it's breaking at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So they're just dealing with that, but just trying to nurture her, and you get a little impatient, but I try to, and Chia gets a little impatient, but I'm trying to put it in the perspective of imagine you getting all your PMS symptoms for the first time in your life.
Right.
And you've never felt this before, and it's like we kind of have to just try and be patient. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now.
There is something called the feelings wheel.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this before?
No.
In therapy, there's this, well, I mean, anywhere, but like in therapy, it came up because one of the easiest emotions for me to feel is embarrassment. I feel like you don't get embarrassed. Is that true?
It takes a lot, yeah.
Okay. It's the easiest thing for me. Like I wake up and I'm just like, I'm dying. Like I just started.
Someone's making fun of me. What did I wake up okay?
Just my existence. People were like, I don't like that.
Is my arm in a weird place? Am I sweating?
So like the easiest thing for me to feel is embarrassment. So my therapist will be like, okay, like aside from embarrassment, what are you feeling? And I was like, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
And so you can pull it up on your phone
Okay.
and be like, these are the feelings wheels.
Okay.
So I don't know if it like maybe when she gets older or whenever, or if she's like crying for no reason and she doesn't know why she's upset or
you
feeling.
can look at the wheel.
Yeah, and you could be like, and it's like separated into bigger emotions like happiness, sadness, confusion, and then into those are even more like
Word.
niche ones.
Like Inside Out 2.
yes,
Yeah. It gets more specific as she
yes,
gets older. Yeah.
very
yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you checking in? How you feel?
Oh, checking in.
I love this, by the way.
Checking in is awesome.
Thank you, whoever commented that.
I know. I was like, work. What is new? I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out again.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I feel like I'm on a roller coaster with no seatbelt.
Okay.
And I'm
Fun.
kinda. Yeah, it's like exhilarating,
Yeah,
but at
yeah,
the same
yeah.
time it's like, am I gonna die?
Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to figure out how to do the things that I did on the first round, but
Okay.
not burn out this time.
First round of what?
I guess, of my career.
Okay.
Like of the last 10 years of like building businesses and doing YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, now that I'm doing it again, how can I do it in a way that is one, more authentic? Because we've talked about this before of me being like so prim and proper and clean and perfect that is so I feel caged and I'm just like,
Yeah. Ready to unleash.
Yeah. I'm going from caged to raged.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm raging from the cage.
That's a good thing. Yeah. That's exciting. That's dope.
It is exciting, except for I just feel like I'm a wild animal on the loose.
You know what? I can kind of feel you in terms of trying to navigate how to redo things again. Because like, yeah, okay, the podcasts are keeping the lights on, right? But I don't know if we've discussed this before, but yeah, I'm like feeling very like I'm back in hustler mode.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So I'm like back in grind mode, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like trying to come up with new shit, trying to be like, you know, like, okay, yeah, the podcast shit works, but also I'm just kind of like, I don't want it to be yapping all the time. I want to be creative, you know? So I put like so much time and energy into creating this new show. I was filming it all last year, this like freestyle, like spicy noodle show. And I uploaded it thinking, woo, it's about to go crazy. And
Yeah.
nobody's watching.
Oh no.
Like trash, terrible views. It's terrible. And I'm like, but the people that do watch are like, this is great. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh yeah, something new. This is organic and this is beautiful. But I'm like, cool. Nobody's watching, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the risk of doing some shit like that where like, yeah, I was kind of sitting comfy when I feel like, oh, I could do a mukbang and people would tune into that. And yeah, the podcasting does decent, but you know, you kind of like that shit's cool. But I was excited to do a new venture and I was kind of creative about it where, you know, let's say 10 years ago, like where my YouTube was at its peak, right? I feel like I could drop literally anything and it'll get crazy views, right? And now it's kind of like it's different because I've been around for so long and yeah, I have a consistent audience, but algorithms are different and tastes are different and you know, motherfuckers are grown and everybody that used to watch me, they're still subscribed, but they got kids and they're not locked in like they were, you know? It's just different, trying to figure it out.
How does that feel?
I would be lying. I'm not like nervous.
Yeah.
But you know, it's always a little disappointing when you are so proud of a project and just no one cares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the thing with like dance videos. I remember when we would put so much effort into making basically mini short films with dancing. The stuff that we care about the most doesn't do well.
I know. Or like when you're a musician and you know, of course, I could pick a popular beat to rap on and be like, drop fucking 16 bars on a popular beat. It would get crazy views because everyone's like, oh, this is a familiar, everyone's rapping on this beat. I could rap the exact same fire bars on a equally dope beat, but because it's a new song, no one cares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
So it gets a little frustrating.
Yeah, there's something about familiarity that is so comforting.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I'm trying to figure out what can be familiar and fresh at the same time.
Yeah.
And even driving here, I was like listening to old Drake and I was like, they don't make music like this anymore. Like I haven't been inspired to dance in so long because music is just not the same.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like 2016 vibes, YouTube, like everything back then was better. And I'm like, is that true? Or do I just miss like when things felt more fun to do? I don't know.
You just sound old, Megan Batoon. They don't make music like they used to. You're talking about 2016. Back in the day. I mean, but you're not wrong.
I'm not, right?
Or maybe you're not listening enough.
You're right. Okay.
Maybe you are not tuned in like you should be. Maybe you don't have your ear to the street, Megan Batoon.
You're right.
Because we're fucking old.
You're right. You're right.
I'll watch the Grammys with Chia. Chia's like, I have no idea who anybody is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to be a little connected, so I'm paying attention.
Totally.
You know? But no, she doesn't have time. She does not care.
Yeah.
She watches the Grammys. She's lost. But whatever. We're not here to talk about us. We're here to answer your questions.
That's right. Okay, so I brought something.
What'd you? A jar. Megan Batoon loves mason jars. Let me tell you.
I love a prop. I love a prop. I love things. So these are some of the suggestions that people asked us the first time.
Okay.
And we can go off of these.
Let's do it.
This is our tip jar.
Amazing. Oh,
Always thinking.
let's go. Speaking of, people that were guessing the titles, they gave us some
I know. What
good ones.
else did you see that was fun for you?
One thing that I thought was a really solid guess.
Yes.
But I figured there's already a million of podcasts already named this, but Tit for Tat. When they saw the TFT, I was like, that's just a fun title for a podcast.
Yeah, Tit for Tat was really a lot of them.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's already exists for sure.
Tit for Tat is when like you do something and the other person does something like equally as bad to get back at you for that.
Reciprocate the. Yeah.
But it's not good. It's like a bad connotation.
Tit for tat. Yeah.
Tit for tat.
I think the connotation is a little negative compared to like you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah. It's like you scratch my back, I shoot you in the face.
You shot me in the face, I shoot you in the dick.
Right. Yeah. Heads. There's heads and heads.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Okay.
From the tip jar. First topic. Work-life balance.
Work-life balance. Do you have it?
No.
I was thinking that because you work so much.
Yeah.
And I was actually very curious about this is how are you pulling this all off? You post like every 5 minutes.
Oh, bruh. It's a struggle.
But like actually, how are you doing it?
Okay, first let me tell you this. Work-life balance is probably the only thing that legitimately stresses me out, okay? Because I'm big on putting the emphasis on I need to have balance, okay? And especially where I want to be a super present father, and I also want to be like a good husband, and I want to just like, when I think about before the babies and before being married, I was always like, I am here to fucking grind. You know what I'm saying? My like making moves is my priority, And then I didn't want that to necessarily stop when I started like life shit, like family shit. But, it gets frustrating when I'm like, there's this thing there's so much I want to do, or like, like y'all know, like the movie that I'm trying to write.
That was another thing with when we announced this podcast, people were like, that movie's never getting finished.
And well, here's the issue, right? Is I'm so used to making creative moves whenever I want and whenever I feel like I should, you know? So for the first time in my life ever, I really have to retrain my brain to be more organized and work on a schedule, and I still haven't done it because like the only way for me to really get shit done, or if I actually want to get this movie done, I need to be like, okay, not like, oh, you know what, I have a couple hours tonight, I can edit a vlog, or oh, I have a couple hours, I could do this. I need to be like, this time do this, and this time do this, and I just have never worked like that. So Chia, who's so organized with everything, she's like, dude, you just need to be like Mondays script, Tuesdays
totally
vlog,
yeah,
Wednesdays
theme the days,
theme the days out, map it out, and she's always like, you know what, instead of going to bed all late, why don't you go to bed early and wake up at 4 a.m. and get your writing done then? And I'm like, I don't want to force myself to be creative at a certain time, but I realize now that if I actually want to get this shit done, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, and I'm just struggling a little bit to find that balance and find how to make my brain work that way. And because if the babies are here, if they're home, like I'm like, I want to play with the babies. You know? Like especially Veda, she's so fun right now. And like. And
except for the crying part.
Except for the crying part. I mean, even, like I said, that's a stroke to my ego. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you love me that much?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm struggling,
I need a baby.
But you said what?
I don't need a baby. I don't need a baby.
You need some positive affirmations.
Yeah, I don't have kids because I want them. I have them because I want someone to love me.
I just need somebody who has no choice but to love me and need me. But yeah, if we talk about work-life balance, it's a constant reminder. And it's more a conscious reminder now. I have to be like, stop working.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Totally.
Cuddle your wife. You don't need to fucking edit this vlog until 2 a.m. No one gives a shit.
No one actually gives a shit.
No one gives a shit.
I have to keep reminding myself that too, because I'm the same exact way with work-life balance, especially now after burnout, like completely doing nothing for a year and then coming back and feeling guilty for taking that break and being like, now I got to work twice as hard to get back to where I was before I stopped. But I'm like, the whole reason I burnt out is because I was overworking. So now that I'm burning the midnight oil, I'm gonna burn out again.
Yeah.
Like the history is gonna repeat itself, and I'm gonna do the same exact thing. So like I do 9 to 5s now. As like a creative person who doesn't have a 9 to 5 and never has, I'm clocking in probably at like 8 now, 8 to 5 at the computer, and then not, and then I like force myself to not work and not scroll and do things. I was like, oh, I could do this, or like plan the day. It's like I have to stop because I know that my default mode is overdoing it.
I know. That's so smart. And I've heard other people do that. I think someone was saying they were in the studio with Pharrell and he like just needs his sleep. He makes sure to get like 8 hours and 9 hours of sleep and shit like that. They're in the studio. They're like, all right, let's lock in. Fucking let's be in the studio all night. I think it was like 8 p.m. He's like, all right, well, I'm out.
It cuts to him. He has like the nightcap and like a candle.
A fucking full nightgown.
Because I'm sleepy.
Little cup of tea ready to go. Yeah, he's out. And I think Eminem treats it like that.
Cool.
He goes to the studio this time to this time, and once it's up, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think giving hard out hours
that's smart.
Is smart.
Yeah.
Would you rather work late at night or early in the morning?
I think now that my waking up revolves around the babies, where I'm up at 6 every day, regardless, to kind of help Chia get breakfast together and get Veda to school on time, I have to now just try to work in the morning because I work better my whole life if I'm fucking up till 2 a.m. when the world is asleep and I can shut everybody out and no one's texting me and no one's like sending me reels and shit.
Yeah, artist hours.
Yeah, where I can just work, but that going to sleep at 2 a.m. and then waking up at 6 every day just doesn't work, for me.
Totally.
Because I would rather not be sleepy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get 9 hours at least every night.
Every night?
I go to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And I wake up at 6. I'm like getting ready for bed at 8:30. I'm trying to habit stack a bunch of healthy habits.
Yeah.
And I'm winding down very early.
You go to bed
and I still have eye bags. Like, what is happening?
You go to bed at 9 p.m. every night.
That's right.
Whoa. This is Chia's dream for me.
To go to bed at 9?
Yes, because she's in bed at 9. And she's like, and she, she understands that I want to work.
Yeah.
But she's like, she misses cuddling and shit.
Yeah.
And
well, you can work and cuddle at the same time.
Well, here's what I do now. Here's what I literally do now.
Like literally behind her back, just like editing, cuddling and editing.
Kind of, sort of. Because now instead of being like, okay, kitchen's clean, everything's clean, she crawls in bed at 9. Instead of being like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get some work done and I'll see you in bed like 11. By then she's knocked the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let me crawl up in bed next to you. And because I know she's going to be asleep in 15 minutes, cuddle her till she falls asleep. And then if I don't fall asleep, then I sneak out of bed and then get on my laptop and get some work done.
Right.
And last night it didn't work. Last night I knocked the fuck out. I was spooning her from behind. And
excuse me?
Yeah. Put the spoon right in there.
I thought you said screwing her.
No,
I was like, this is a lot.
No. I was like, wow, that's dirty for you.
Yeah,
I was like,
spooning?
Batoon only likes being the big spoon, huh? Because that just feels so inappropriate.
I heard guys like when people are the big spoon.
Getting big spoon is nice, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Have you never done that?
No, I have. I just haven't seen a man in so long. I hate that's my fucking MO now. Like I did like a Q&A on YouTube the other day and there was one that was like still single and I'm like, watch the attitude. I'm figuring it out. Anyway, you're spooning your wife.
Yeah.
And then what?
I was spooning her from behind. Fully inserted though. No,
It was your phone. Better Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, Rick, send me more reels so it vibrates, dog. Nah, we're spooning, thinking, yeah, as soon as she knocks out, I'm gonna roll out of bed, edit some shit, get some shit done, edit some reels. You know what I'm saying? Because the fucking, I'm trying to get constant content up. But
And you are.
I know, I am. And I'll tell you this: if you ever see me, because I have like multiple IG accounts, right? So it's like the Said Foods account and this and that and the different podcasts. If you ever see all those fucking shits like get posts within an hour, it's because like I just put the babies to sleep for a nap.
Interesting.
And I have an hour or two to kill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, social media time. You know what I'm saying? So today, Chia took Vader to school. I was at home with Q, put his ass down for a nap, and I'm like, okay, here we go. I can either shower, I can jerk off, or I can get some content up.
And you could do all of them at the same time?
I said, I'm not going to shower. I jerked off. And then because I'm like, oh, jerking off with the volume loud? Wifey's gone? I got to take advantage of this little 20 minutes I have, right? So jerked off. And then immediately was like, okay, upload all my different shits, And it's like just trying to be mindful of constantly getting content up. It's a lot,
It is a lot.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
Not tonight. Not today. I got 9 hours
Not
of sleep.
tonight.
I'm good today, but it can be a little overwhelming at times.
It is. Because are you doing this all by yourself, or do you have like?
Nah, I don't have a team, but I mean, I have people that kind of edit reels and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find. It's hard to find people that pick the moments I like. So even I feel like when I have people editing reels, I'm like, this is trash. I'm gonna do it myself.
I know.
But. Yeah, still working on finding that balance, and eventually. But I wrote like 3 pages of my script the other night.
Let's go.
I'm just trying to knock out like if I can get like 3 to 5 pages a day.
Yeah.
This shit'll be done in like a couple weeks. So
okay.
Trying to get a nice little rough draft before Q1 is up. And then give it to my agent and be like, can you get me money for this? If not, I'll thug it out, throw that motherfucker on Tubi.
Right.
We'll see what's good. So. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out.
Day by day, page by page.
Day by day, page by page, step by step, day by day. Let's start over.
From the top of life, let's start over. I also remember hearing that work-life balance is less of a balance and more of a juggling act. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I kind of am finding some success with routines and systems.
I need that.
You need that.
I've never functioned that way. I've literally never had a schedule on my YouTube channel.
What do you mean?
I've never had an upload schedule until I started podcasting.
You've not really
until the podcast networks were like, we need you to upload a podcast every Thursday. I've never had a schedule.
And you just uploaded whenever you wanted.
Uploaded whenever I wanted, whenever I felt like it.
Whoa.
And then I think that's why I'd never burnt out. I was like, I'm gonna make some shit when I feel like making shit,
Yeah.
I felt like, a week has gone by, I should probably get something up.
Yeah.
But it was never like oh shit, it's Tuesday, my deadline, I need to get something up.
Oh, that was the only way I operated from the beginning of time.
Interesting.
I have consistently been stressed out. Since my eyes opened, as soon as I was birthed, I had anxiety.
And that's why you burnt out.
Yeah.
Not me, brother. I don't give a fuck.
Brother. Which I was talking to my design partner, and I was like, I love how Tim cares so much less than I do. Because I think it makes you freer.
Yeah.
And you do more stuff because you're not so in your head about it.
Yeah.
Maybe except for this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's such a large venture, so of course that's going to be different. But I overthink everything. I'm in my own way about everything.
I try to think as least as possible, Mega Batu.
Yeah.
I don't be thinking. Cause like for what?
For what?
You know what I'm saying? I think I put in the thoughts that I need to think when something needs to get done, like when something needs to get done.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking about it for?
Yeah, it is really a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I am in my own way so much about everything. Because breaks the set because I want, I've been doing this for so long and I've seen so much that I want to make stuff better than I've ever seen it and better than I've ever done it. But because I have such a high expectation for myself, then I don't do anything. And I paralyze myself from even putting anything out. So it's not even not quality. It doesn't exist. There's no quality to be looked at.
I feel that. And that's why I had to also, okay, so I just told myself a new thing this year because, I kind of stopped doing sketches because I got so conditioned to like, oh, if I'm doing a sketch, I need like HD cameras and I need an editing team and this and that because that was the era of YouTube that I kind of came up in.
Right.
Because I was blessed enough to start working with maker and production companies where I had like whatever I wanted to do at my disposal, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't go back to doing cheap rinky-dink shit.
Right.
But then, TikTok and Vine made it like anybody could do little sketches off your phone, right? So I now have like this list of sketch ideas where I would have been like, this joke is one and done. I can't make this a sketch. But I'm like, wait, why wouldn't I just make this a TikTok,
Totally.
right? So I'm like, let me stop trying to, be presentable with this shit and just commit to making funny shit regardless of how it might look and being polished and get on that and get back on my shit, and it's hard to not want to put out something that you think is like worthy,
Right, or better than the stuff you've done in the past because you want to keep growing as an artist.
Yeah.
So how do you specifically get out of your own way and do things?
You know what helps? Because I realize that there's so much whack shit out,
right,
that does well, and I had to realize like I gotta stop comparing myself to like the dope shit all the time and realize there's a lot of whack shit that I could do so much better than.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like this whack shit gets a pass and it does well,
right?
Like I can make good whack shit. I could make some dope, some amazing whack shit. Why don't I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Like a lot of the times, one of the reasons why I started rapping again was I was getting just frustrated with like when I would hear very mediocre bars and I would see all the flame emojis in the comments. I'm like, this is whack.
Right.
But the kids are so used to whack shit that they're impressed. And I'm like, okay, well, this is inspiring me to write better shit now to show the kids that this is not the bar for bars, So
it's not the bar for bars.
I mean, I feel like it's been said before, but yeah.
Okay, sure. All right. Moving on then.
So yeah, man, just like, I feel you. Like we are our own biggest critics.
Yeah.
But, we got to stop letting that hold us back from actually doing shit.
100%.
Yeah.
Get it out. Learn it. Move on. All right. Next. Dealing with rejection, professional.
Professional rejection.
Professional rejection. Have you ever been professionally rejected?
Hell yeah.
Hell motherfucker yeah.
This is a great topic.
This is a great topic because this sucks.
But also, it's necessary. And also, if you want to do this type of shit, then you gotta just get over it.
100%.
It is what it is. Professional rejection is like, I think it's what differentiates the men from the boys.
That's right.
Figuratively, you feel me? Because I tell people all the time, in the entertainment industry, you're gonna hear no a million times. You're gonna hear people that don't give a. You're gonna set up a whole ass meeting and audition.
Right.
You think this is my big break, and then you know that. I was gonna say 9 times out of 10, but 10 times out of 10, those meetings lead to nothing.
Nothing.
You get no auditions. You don't book shit.
Yeah.
But then you do. Then you do book something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My first quote unquote audition that I ever booked was Wildin' Out.
Cool.
Up until then, it was me auditioning for shit that I didn't get, submitting things that went nowhere, going on mad meetings. Me and my boys had a whole ass movie deal, and the movie never came out. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. We went to mad meetings, production, all that, greenlit, budget. Made the movie,
that
never
sucks.
came out.
That's the whole thing. It's like you did, when I was dancing professionally, it was like you did not book the job until it's on TV.
Yeah.
Because you could like do the job, but if it doesn't air,
Yeah.
you didn't do the job. I mean, if you got paid for it, you
That's
did
cool.
a job,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you didn't do the job.
Yeah,
Because we
exactly.
can't see it.
You got cut from it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And that's just a part of the game, you know? And I tell people like in this industry, professional industry, or even like, I mean, any industry, right? Where you're risking rejection, you know, you're going to hear no a million times, but it's that one yes that makes it feel like it's all worth it. I know that sounds mad cliche, but
I know
it's
it
true.
does, but it is true. And there's that saying that rejection is just redirection. And that's also so true. And if it's not now, it's something better
That's facts.
or not yet. And it really is so true. I remember not the reason why I burnt out, but the apex of when I said this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Right after the Netflix show, I was up for a different design show, and I really wanted to do it. And it just got so hairy with the amount of cooks in the kitchen of people being like, you should do this, you should do that.
Hate when it gets too hairy.
Hate when it's hairy.
You can't see anything.
No, I hate the hair. Remove it. So I'm like losing my thought. This is ADHD. Does this ever happen to you?
Yeah, sorry. You know, it's like when you have two people, when you have banter, quality banter, you gotta. I tell David, I'm like, we'll start to banter on a joke, and I'm like, write down what you're gonna say, and he's like, no, we're good, and I'm like, no, write that shit down, dog,
Yeah.
because he also has ADHD.
You gotta like verbally Hansel and Gretel yourself back, or else you'll never figure out what you were talking about.
So it was getting too hairy, too many cooks in the kitchen. Netflix show. There was another opportunity that popped up.
This is what it was. Is rejection, and it wasn't a rejection. Like I wasn't hearing a no.
Yeah.
I had to be the one to reject my goals because there were so many people telling me what to do that I needed to listen to myself, and I had to take a step back. And now I'm coming back into design and the entertainment industry, and now I'm like, I had to reject the goal that I had so that I could grow as a designer and as a person.
Yeah.
To where when I'm coming back into it, now I'm more equipped to do the job that I wanted.
For sure. Everything happens for a reason. I know that's man cliche too, but it's facts, bro.
It is facts.
Everything happens for a reason. Every L is a lesson, not a loss.
Okay, my brother.
You feel me? It's like, I mean, that's like, I don't even know who I first heard say that, but it's facts, you know? And
Every L is a lesson. That is facts.
and even if we talk about rejection, and I'll take rejection as far as like, you know, career and like love, right? It's like whenever I would get rejected by a girl, you know, I always say like the worst that can happen is a girl says no, maybe she looks at you funny, and then you get over that shit in 3 seconds. But that feeling of like regret lasts forever. If you didn't even try to do it, if you didn't even go up to that girl to say something, and now she's just in your head forever for the rest of it. Was that my fucking wife
Right.
that I didn't meet because I was a little bitch?
Yeah.
So you know, I feel like every time you get rejected, I always feel like it's the universe being like, nah, that's not the one for you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
totally.
saying? Like the right opportunity is coming your way, the right lady is coming your way. It's not a loss, it's a lesson.
Every
You know what I'm
L is a lesson.
saying? Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
We should take a break at some point.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. We're back.
We're back.
Megan Bachun, cheers to you, Megan Bachun.
You know what? Yes, cheers to me. I need this.
Get you a bottle of Jester's Court. It may or may not be available for pre-sale at this point.
But at some point it will.
But at some point it will be. Jester's Court brandy. Very smooth, very strong. Perfect combination. All right, here we go. From our tip jar.
From the tip jar.
Topics from the questions from y'all. Here we go. I'm about to graduate college next week. Any advice on how to network with people? All right.
Oh.
That's a good question.
Here's the thing about networking.
Tell me.
I think that you just have to be a person that's curious.
Okay.
I just think that like getting into a conversation with a person and being like, I'm a human and you're a human.
Genuine questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of like what you're actually interested in
Yes.
of this person.
Right.
Like I mean, I can have social anxiety in networking events because it is like there's an element of ick.
And it feels forced, yeah, and it feels forced and fake.
Yeah.
But you always got to remember that also everyone is there for the same reason.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you're a good time, that's the thing, is like the amount of opportunities I've had and gotten with people is because we had a good time at a different thing.
Word.
It's all about people. And like, I remember like before moving here, it's like, it's all about who you know. But like, it is. And it's like, if you are a cool person, cool people will get around cool people, and then the opportunities will come.
100%. I always tell people, I'm not the funniest person. I know that's hard to believe. I'm not the funniest person. I'm not the most attractive person. I know. It sounds crazy.
Crazy.
But I stay booked. And that's because I'm just a pleasure to be around.
You are a pleasure.
I'm a fucking delight, all right? People like working with me, okay? So I get thought of for a lot of shit. I'm on a lot of short lists. You feel me? Save your jokes. I'm on a lot. People jot me down because they would like to work with me.
Yes.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like you said, it's about being genuine. Because you go to these like networking events, and this person, I feel like they're probably not. They graduate. They got a real degree.
Right.
So maybe it's not necessarily industry shit, right?
Yeah.
But it also like there is something. You can feel when someone immediately is like, "So what do you do?" And they're looking for something.
I'm gonna throw up.
As opposed to like genuinely like, "Hey, I'm curious about you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I even like I do this to prep it because, what do you do is a natural question, but
Which I hate.
I know.
But I get it. I get why people are asking.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. Because what I do is not who I am.
Right. And so I do it like this. I'm like, okay, I know it. Let's say we're at an event and you and me, we just happen to start chopping it up next to the Cool Ranch Doritos, right?
Love it.
And I'm like, oh, these are great. Oh, they make your breath super stink though. Yeah, haha, love them, blah, blah, blah. So I'll go.
Anyway, I'm a dentist.
Like, all right, I don't want to fuck you, buddy. But so I would go, all right, I know everybody says this, but okay, like, so what do you do? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I know this is like a stupid question.
Yeah.
I know it's fucking cliche, but like conversation starter, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that. I like making it a little bit more human instead of so transactional. Like, because when people ask you what you do, it feels like your answer is going to be on a scale of how worthy are you.
Yeah.
Or like in LA, the parties sometimes, you're talking to someone and then you see their eyes scan to see if there's somebody more important than you to talk to.
They're like, babyface, whatever. Chapel.
I'm so petty that like as soon as I see someone's eyes divert, I'm like, nice talking to you.
Yeah.
And I'm the one to leave.
Yeah. Same. And I feel so icky about that whole dynamic sometimes. When people ask me what I do, I super downplay because I don't want to feel like I'm bragging. So when people are like, what do you do? I'm like, internet stuff, TV stuff. That's all. I'm like, internet stuff. I do some TV stuff. But yeah, man. Okay, let's revert. Let's be like, we graduated with a real degree.
Okay. Well, we both went to school for graphic design.
Dropped out.
That's right. But we did go.
But I'll tell you this, Megan Batoon. I'll tell you this. If we're talking about a funny networking story, graphic design.
Okay.
I was literally a girl in my class. This is like my first year in art school. This girl went to an event with art people, a party, ended up meeting a dude there just because they had a great conversation. He offered her a job doing graphic design, and she got like a very well-paying job. This was like first year art school. Didn't even need the fucking degree. I don't even know if she ever finished, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. I feel like, of course, if you're a freshman in art school, you're not at the event being like, oh, guess what? I do this and this and that, because she hasn't yet.
Right.
She just kind of had a genuine conversation with somebody, and as a result, they started exchanging pictures of their work, and then she got a job. You know?
It's all about people. I feel like if you can cut through this person does this, or I don't think I'm good enough to talk to them because I don't have a degree, or I don't have all this experience. If you're just a person who is curious and genuine and you have a good conversation with somebody, you're good. That's the foundation.
Yes, because people will be like, they will want to work with you.
Yes.
Right? And that's fact. So I feel like, so I think what we're trying to say is go into it as a person. This is super cliche, but be yourself.
And how do you be yourself when you're nervous in a situation that is professional or a networking event when there's so much pressure? How are you supposed to be yourself when you feel like you need to be better, to be respected?
You want a real ass tip, Megan Batoon? Let me show you a real ass tip which I use in my real ass life.
Lego.
When you're meeting somebody for the first time.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, we're shaking hands, okay? At an event. Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
This is the handshake you give?
If you were a girl at a networking event, no, I'd probably do this.
Oh, that's nice.
I extend the second hand.
Second hand is always good. That's like very presidential. Come here.
Yes.
You do like,
oh, the arm.
I've seen Obama do that.
Did you see me instinctively flex my arm? Did you feel that?
No.
Yo, I flexed immediately.
I have a pretty firm handshake.
Okay, so I was going to say what I learned a long time ago is when you bring in that second hand.
Yeah.
It forces eye contact.
Totally.
And it's like where and again, this is industry shit. Like you can kind of, and people are constantly scanning. You have these fucking people that will shake your hand and be like, and not even look at you.
Oh my.
Pet peeve.
If somebody does that, if I didn't care about anything,
yes,
I would slap them with my other hand.
Bro, I hated Charlemagne the God for like a year because the first time I met him, I shook his hand and he was looking elsewhere, and I was like, ugh. And then I met him again and we were super cool. He's a super nice guy, right? But the first time I was like, ugh. And so I feel like when you bring in that second hand on a first business,
second hand's great.
Yeah, it kind of forces a little bit more like, hey, what's up? I'm looking at you. I'm locked in.
I like that.
Yeah,
what do you think if I did a second hand as a girl? Is that a lot?
Give it to me. Hey, Tim, nice to meet you.
Hi, Megan.
You're
like this. I mean, I didn't like doing it. I didn't like doing it. I felt pretty masculine.
Yeah.
Masculine.
You know, and I don't want to say it felt too masculine.
But your face is telling a different story.
I feel like I'm not allowed to say that, but it felt a little weird.
It looks like you hated it.
It was almost like, okay, I don't want to smash, fall back, like relax.
It's like me asserting dominance.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. It's like, hey, how you doing, buddy? I didn't hate it. I didn't hate you for it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
But yeah.
I think I hated myself.
So as a man, do that second hand. As a girl, feel it out.
I think a tip that has, I don't know if it's helped me, but I read it once and I was like, oh, that's nice. If you shake somebody's hand, if you're introducing yourself to someone, is look at their eye and note their eye color, because then you're actually looking at their eyes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Just you saying that made me like,
look at their eye color and then repeat their name. People love hearing their name. They love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Well, especially like I need to.
You need to hear that. Oh, you need to say the name.
I will. Here's something that helps too. Okay. If you're funny, it helps. Okay.
Well, duh. If you're funny, it helps everything.
You don't. I'll go into a room full of people, and I pride myself on like I said, I'm easy to work with, right? So I make sure to, if I'm talent on set, shake everybody's hand in the room, whether it's a camera guy or a fucking sound person.
That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I saw someone do that on my very first job ever, and it stuck with me, and that was 12 years ago.
I make sure to do that.
That's the best thing.
Right, because, I think a lot of the times you walk into a set and there's like almost like a separation, like behind the camera, in front of the camera. And I would hate to walk into a room where people think that I think I'm better than them.
Totally.
So I try to shake everybody's hand. And if I'm in a situation where I learned everybody's names, like ba 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 ba, I tell them immediately, I forgot everybody's name. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think the underlying theme of this conversation is just be a real person.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to think of like, okay, this is you're not there to make friends, okay? It's a networking meeting.
Yeah.
So how do you, Megan Batoon, take it from I'm a real ass person now to I need work. I'm a broke college graduate. I need you to hire me. Now where do you go?
I think it's like after you get into the conversation, then you can latch onto something else that they're excited about. And even like, I know it's a networking event, but I really have like an aversion to just making everything about work. And I know it's about work, but I can be like, what are you excited about this month? Or what are you spending time on that surprised you? Just interesting questions that go past, what are you working on? What are you doing? Or like, it could even be, I know that people don't like to talk about things that are hard, but it could be like, what's something that frustrated you about what project, or where are you in your project
When was the
right
last
now?
time you cried?
Right. Which also, I need to do that. I haven't cried in a while. I gotta like pull up some golden buzzers.
Well,
That's my tear fodder.
America's Got Talent.
Yes, bitch. Anytime I'm like, man, I'm feeling really stuck, then I just like pull up golden buzzers and I'm just like, oh my God.
Bro, you want to cry? Watch, what did I just watch? Something made me cry. What did I just watch in theaters?
You were like, it was the inauguration.
Oh my God. Ah!
You know what's going to make both of us cry?
What?
Greatest Showman is coming to Broadway.
Is it really?
Hugh Jackman is going to be in it.
That's crazy.
I am going to weep my eyeballs off.
You know what's dope? Speaking of America's Got Talent and The Greatest Showman. So Never Enough? Never Enough.
I do. Yes.
So every other song in that musical, the actors are the ones singing.
Right.
Right. Have we talked about this?
No, but I know.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if y'all don't know, the girl that sings Never Enough, it's not the actress, because when the girl that sang the track, the reference track for the actress to learn, the actress heard it and was like, this girl should just sing it. I'll just
great.
lip sync to this.
That's so good.
Because I'm not gonna do better than that. And and so you've seen the Golden Buzzer clip as well? Yeah. So then she sang it on American Got Talent for the first, or was it Britain's Got Talent?
Whatever. Somebody's got talent.
Someone in Motherfuckers Got Talent. And then she was like,
Motherfuckers Got Talent.
Motherfuckers Got Talent.
I kind of love. Wait,
Okay.
Is that a sketch or is that something on your channel?
I wrote it already. Don't take it. Oh.
I don't think it would fly on my channel. Motherfuckers Got Talent.
But yes, so she sang it for the first. Be like, hey, this is me.
Yeah.
This is me. Oh wow.
Look out, cause here I come.
I was gonna say that another way to network without feeling like you're networking.
Yes.
Because this has happened to me in conversations where if you can find a way where you're casually mentioning your work, without it sounding like you're trying to flex. Where I was with somebody at an event, I had no idea. I think it was a parent actually. I was with, like at a kid's birthday party, and he just casually was like, "Yeah, because when we're at the studio, blah blah blah," and he mentioned studio, and immediately I'm like, "Oh, he does music things,
Right?
Where it's not him. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe not, but it didn't feel like he was trying to, because." Well, yeah, me and Kendrick were in the studio, and it wasn't like that. It was a casual, hey, this is where I was at, this is what I was doing, and it made me curious because I'm there as well.
Yeah.
So, and now I could be like, oh, you said you're in the studio. Like, now we can just talk about it, you feel me, as people, rather than you are presenting a resume to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dangle little things and give bait to where you're like, oh, I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, if you want to talk about something specific and you don't, if somebody's like, what are you doing? Or like, why are you here? You can always, or where are you from? You can always revert it to be like, oh yeah, like I was born in Florida, but like I moved to LA when I was 21 and I spend the most of my time doing X. It's like you answer the question, but if you don't want to talk about Florida, you don't have to. Like answer the question, then add things to where they can pick up from where you want.
Word.
Yeah.
Do you say pop or soda in Florida?
Soda.
Interesting. Okay.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
Are you interested in that?
I am, because I always thought soda was more of a West Coast thing.
Oh.
And then I always hear people from like the Midwest say pop.
Pop. Yeah.
New East Coast, I think they might say pop.
Upper East, maybe.
Upper East. Yeah. Not armpit.
Yeah. I mean, I call it the Dirty South, but whatever.
You call Florida the Dirty South?
Where I'm from.
Okay.
Okay, kiddos.
All right, you little
cuties.
chickadees. An old white woman at CBK. One time I was serving her, and she was like, I was like, can I get you a refill? And she was like, thank you, my little chickadee. And I thought it was adorable.
I think she said chinkadee.
Yeah, she might have. Yeah. Well, I still love her. Rest in peace. I'm just kidding.
You killed her right then?
No, yeah, right? No, she's definitely dead. She was old. All right, y'all. On that note, thanks for watching. Megan Mattoon, thanks for tipping.
Thanks for tipping.
And thank y'all for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Hello?